Hello everyone, how good of you to join. Take a cup of coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy Cities Skylines. Well, last time we kind of like finished this whole area where we're looking at right now, our beautiful big roundabout that is actually working quite efficiently, I should say. So in this case here, traffic is flowing. There's a bit of a traffic jam here going into the roundabout from the industrial district, but other than that, traffic is flowing. That means a lot since this is the most busiest or the busiest street that we have in this city right now. It's even busier than my highway entrance over there, which is not going to be the only entrance anymore soon. Now, while this one is flowing, I mean, yeah, there is this tiny problem there. We need to have a look at that soon, perhaps with some lane management that we can have. We have a couple of other problems. Waste management is the most prominent one. As we can see, waste and also dead people are waiting for transportation in all my city. Let's just look at that. The cemetery is almost at half capacity. It is at half capacity now, and also 10 out of the 10 trucks are used that are transporting the dead, so we do need a second cemetery somewhere over there. We could also think about, well, some crematorium where we just burn all these people might be something as well. Let's just have a look at what we have option wise. We do have the body collection here, and I think we do have the cemetery, but that's it. We have a sauna. That is not going to help with that people though, unfortunately. I mean, I could think of ways of how it could help, but I'm not going to use it in this game. Unfortunately, you can't do that. Now, let's just have a look where we might actually squeeze it in. We have one down here in Fawn Square. Let's have one in Pearl Heights so that we distribute kind of like the, well, the means of that is transportation. And just over there in this new district, we have a bit of a road system there already working, and we have this available spot that I would like to use for this. So we can basically just place it here. I think, wait a second, water is fine too. Perfect. Perhaps power might be a bit of a problem here, but since we have a pretty high demand for residents, I could also just squeeze in some residents here and thus extend my power network. So let's just do this. Got a couple of them here and perhaps another block here. And then some lower commercial just there so that we have a bit of a store before the cemetery begins, right? In this case here, as we can see, they're popping up immediately, and there we have also the power grid that is connected to my cemetery. Now, cemeteries already have a wall around them and a park area, so I don't really think that we should have anything close by. There's also a church in here, so it's perfectly fine. They're looking as it is, and we're just going to have them here. This is good. This is, by the way, also, and this is an interesting thing, increasing the land value a tiny bit here, cemeteries. So it makes people happy to have something like that close by, I guess, for the haunting and Halloween events. Now, for the road system, I would like to extend now this block here. So we're still in Pearl Heights. We do have this dirt road over there that we can finally now also make to a full road. So there you go. Let's just upgrade it all the way up there so that we have a bigger junction than working. And this big road is now just expanding over there, basically. Let's just place it here. Of course, we have the mountain there, so it's going to be tricky. And then I would like to use this junction that we already have that we might actually make into a roundabout as well at some point, getting over there, right? But that's the end for this whole system for now. This is coming together. Then there we have a dirt road where for some strange reasons there's actually cars moving around. Look at that. I think they kind of like missed their turn and are just turning around in this cul-de-sac now. Seems like something like that is happening. Now, the other thing that I would like to do is then here, this road that we have, and let's actually not make this one a dirt road anymore, but it's going to be a proper alley road that we have there, a lane with some trees around it. We could actually extend this one over there into this residential zone that we have. And I would just like to have this one parallel to my main road, right? So we should not let the city end with a main road at the edge. This is not very realistic. And here, I'm just going to kind of like pop it in then with a nice curved road into this area where the main avenue ends. Then kind of like we do have this cliff there that I could use for some bushes and trees, then again whatever I like. Perfect. So that's that. And since we are at the end of my city here, let's just have a look what we could do. I will definitely extend my road. Oh, there we have then this elevation there that I should be very careful about, that I would definitely not like to use. And we use the freeform tool just so that I get a bit of a nice looking organized way of actually placing my road there. Wait a second. We could have a nice 90-degree something like that, perhaps. We could have a cul-de-sac ending, so something like that. I do have the right tool for the job, hopefully. Let's just have a look how we can make this one work. That we have something like that over here at the very end of it, right? So just over there. There you go. And then other streets are just going away from this. So we do have, let's have another junction then here. Let's just make sure that here we use the elevation properly. I'm going with the freeform there again. Yep. We could have some houses then up there at the very end of it. This one we keep available. And here then perhaps another junction somewhere over there. This seems fine. Where we do have another road then that just elevates over there into this area. And also a cul-de-sac ending here in this area, right? So this is just some small neighborhoods that we're going to carefully use here. Then we still have then this whole area that I'm going to keep available for now. This one is then, oh, they will have a long distance to travel. They could go up there, here, or we just make another junction here. And I think this is fine for now, since this is not something where there's going to be too much traffic, right? Like heavy traffic usage we have down here, of course, but up here, close to the mountains, it's not going to be so much traffic. So I think a normal junction will be fine for now that we can use in this area. Let's actually have some smaller commercials than here. So something like that. Could actually make this one extend over there and then another block there. And the same thing we could apply to this whole block. And perhaps then some higher density here again. And on the back of it, let's just have some high density residentials here that we could have, right? With a bit of a, perhaps a bit of a break in between. Gaps in between. And then it all transitions into lower residentials here, right? And this one then completely goes over in this area. By the way, let's just make sure that we're not using too many of them. In this area here especially, I should keep this one available. There you go. And basically this whole row we can make full. This whole row we can make full. And up here, only that side I would like to use, right? So this is kind of like an open look. And here, tricky. Let's just make some 6-tile ones. And perhaps here, and here a smaller one for the cul-de-sac that we have. And this one we can use normally, right? So that we have another lower residential area. There you go. Perhaps with some blocks of commercials in between here and here, and also in between here. Actually, this doesn't make any sense. let's just use the normal commercial residentials here then, right? That's better. And here we can use then the higher ones still. And then we have commercials anyway in that district popping up already. Also a quick glance at my agriculture area. We are finally making some real profit here, 1,200. That is on top of my other income per month. Very good looking so far. Also the processing is working out now, and this is really getting us a lot of products out there. We have a bit of a waste problem here too. I'm going to have a central waste treatment facility soon. For the flour, I think we can actually have another flour mill. So I would like to move my bakery perhaps a bit further up here now. And then we're just going to have another flour processing facility somewhere here, right next to the other one. There you go. Costing me a bit, but that's going to be fine. And for, yeah, also we could have some grain silos probably a bit closer there and to the barns that we already have. So this just makes sense to have two of them then here, so that we have a bit of a central storage facility where people transport the goods, then the raw materials, and then it continues onwards to the flour mills, and from here then to my bakery. Very good. So this is working out now. We have then two flour processing ones. Should get us a bit more money in. Oh, we are at 10k here now income-wise. That's fantastic. One thing that we really need to solve now is the waste problem. I do have a couple of recycling plants already, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Also, another problem that might occur soon is my sewage treatment. Now, for the sewage treatment, we have one still working, this dump facility there, drain pipe, and it's still working, right? So these two here are supplying the whole city with that. So they're just polluting the river there, perfectly fine, but it's of course not sustainable for the future. So I would like to have something where we recycle, but we also treat our water. Now what I could do is, first of all, let's have a road going from my crossing up there all the way down here, so we have a nice little, yeah, triple, quadruple crossing over there with the cemetery. And this whole block there, I would like to use most likely for something like that. We could have several of them here, and let's just make this one, this really just ends then here somewhere. Could actually make this one work with a pedestrian entrance right here. Though I do need to get rid of any kind of traffic lights, plus also not the crossings are actually fine, right? It's just the traffic lights that I'm going to get rid of here because we don't really need them. Oh, what are you doing? This is actually just for pedestrians. There is no cars allowed here, so let's just get rid of that too. It's a no car area here officially, right? So this whole lane there, no cars. We might actually keep the garbage trucks though, right? Something like that. I'm then going ahead and having a bit of a fence around it. So since this is kind of like a area really for waste treatment and stuff like that, I would like to have this one a bit protected here for any kind of incoming visitors that would like to move to that. So let's just have the fence all around it. And with the 20k, let's go ahead. Let's have our first recycling plant then just over there. Here you go, perfect. And this one is now processing more garbage. And we can have a couple of them here in this area. And then it's all about the wastewater that we should also get working on. And we do have these inland water treatment plants, and they can work on that. They don't cost that much. We have a couple of options available. We have the more expensive one that's eco-friendly. This one is not so eco-friendly. It has higher noise pollution. Oh, this one is actually pretty polluty. This one is something we should not be using. Let's use this one. 120 cubic meters we have with that one. Seems a bit cheap. Oh, it's 100 pollution, right? The eco is actually 45 pollution. So that's probably the one. We could also have an administrative center here once we enlarge in that. But let's just go with the inland water treatment plant for now. So the first basic version of it that I'm going to have just over there at the entrance then as well. Righto, I think, yep, there we would also need to extend the fence then once more all the way to that side. There you go, another fence. And this one, of course, does require a pipe close by. So I'm just going to have this one to the street. Then we go along the street and make the connection then over there. And also power-wise, both of them don't have any power right now. I might actually... Let's see, do I want to have buildings around it? I don't think so. Let's have this one here extend for now. Can we have it? Yep, on the other side of the street. Perfect. So just over there and then connecting it with the cemetery. So just here for now. This, of course, is disappearing then soon. And as we can see, the garbage trucks are getting out, and also my eco-inland water treatment plant is processing the water. Now I'm probably going to have a second one right away, so we can have that one just beside it. Let's have the connection then to the pipe system, right? So we got two of them, and this one will lead now me to be able to get rid of those guys here. That one and that one. Oh, I did nothing wrong here now. Oh, a bit. So a bit of a sewage problem we have. But is the other one really working? I think we might actually need the third one here right away. Do I have my budget set for this? I might need to increase it. For sewage treatment, I don't see that. So I think it's just belonging to the water then as well. Something like that. Yeah, barely. As we can see, it's not going to be so easy. We probably will need a couple of them. Pulling up here. And I think there was also something like a clarifier. Something like that. This one we could also use. And let's just have it... Actually, I would like to have it behind it. That I will have to move one of these first. Then we're going to have a really just a tiny road. Something in between here. Plain street. Something industrial looking. Now there you go. And then some purifiers on the back of it. Let's just have some more bushes in here then that we could use to further add the details. Perfect. And then some proper looking trees in between that we could have here. Some pine trees perhaps, and also some other trees, some mixed trees and some autumn trees of course. Perhaps also there one. Perfect. And here perhaps. That's also a bit hidden then from plain sight. So these are now treating my water and hopefully it's fine now. Perfect. And as we can see also sewage draining capacity is at 500,000 cubic meters and we are only half of that. So we do have now plenty of room here to work with. Of course we also have plenty of room to expand. So here I would probably like to expand this area then a bit. And also for the recycling though, let's see this one. Garbage processing stages is actually not ideal. So I will need another one of these here. It's already at capacity again. It's incredible really. Do we really produce that much waste at the moment? So these two here are also at maximum capacity already, and I will just need more of them. Incredible. Let's just have the next one with the 20k that we still have over here. So there's two now, and then we have the other side as well, and a bit over here, perhaps for another clarifier then, right? So we have these eco-inland water treatment plants and then the clarifiers around it. So I will definitely add some more here. And then we have just the recycling ones. It's actually getting quite busy in Anner Street, as it's called, as lots of garbage is getting out here. And also the commuters, of course, park their cars then just here. So the people that work in this area. But should be fine for now. And as we can see also the pollution is spreading there a bit to the other side. So I might then just have some commercials or office buildings around it. So office is the one that I would probably like to go in this area then. Speaking about office, we have this whole area there as well where I do have some commercials. I would like to go ahead and have some offices in here as well. So here and spreading them a bit to those sides there. Perhaps let's keep this area available there a bit for pedestrian paths then. There you go. And then in between we're going to have some smaller commercials then as well. Here perhaps. And there's a bigger block then. Something like that. And then also here. Right. And at the back of it here we're just going to have lots and lots of high residentials. Still. This one. And then some lower residentials then here. That end this whole area, this whole district and the Fairview district that we have for now. Perfect. While I marvel at all the beautiful locations that we have in the city, we've also breached 10,000 people for the first time. So the city is still growing, even though Happiness has seen better days where, well, I might still add some more services and stuff like that, like the public transportation. What is going on here? Citizens are sick in this building. And we do have, though, my clinics over there, and this is another problem popping up there soon. My healthcare is coming to its knees as well. Pretty soon, so I will need to increase that. If I only had the money. Waste treatment consumed everything that we had. Not even money for bus depot is available at this point. I hope with this one, the next recycling plant, look at that. We might see the end of the problem here, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Holy cow, my people must be really wasteful. Now what I could do about this one is I could implement some policies in Pearl Heights. Let's try it here. We have the recycling policy. This one is a big part of environmental sustainability. It also helps keep the neighborhoods looking tidy. Slightly reduced garbage accumulation, slightly reduced tax income. Only question is, what means slightly reduced tax income? I guess we'll have to figure it out. We are at 10.6 right now. Of course, this is fluctuating though really heavily, so it's going to be difficult to really see the effects of it too much there, but I think we lose around 300, 400 taxes there on the weekly income. That might be something. And with that, hopefully in Pearl Heights, we get, well, less garbage. In Fawn Square, I could do the same thing. So let's just activate the recycling here. And as we can see already, there's not that much garbage problem anymore, right? So it should do the trick now, hopefully. So I don't see any bigger garbage symbols anymore. I only see fires. Fires are fine. They add life to the city. Now, on this little side here, we still have a bit of room that I would like to use for some special buildings. First of all, we could use it for a medium parking garage. So this is something that where people can actually park, you know, it's close to the industry zone there and it's close to the residentials, and just in between we have done something like that. So let's just place it, well, over here for now. Our very first one here. So this is where people can then come and go, and they will use this one to get, or actually wait a second, we could have it on that side here. I think this makes a bit more sense. Over here, for example, perfect. It also has the connection then here with that road. By the way, there seems to be a horrible traffic jam here on the smaller streets. Yep, that's the case. And here, let's just have a smaller connection for pedestrians, right? So they can use this tiny road system then here. And I'm also going ahead once again. Let's actually deactivate my traffic there and get rid of this traffic light there. And before they actually use this, because I'm pretty sure they're going to use this, let's stop any kind of traffic on this one here except recycling ones and SOS. So that's something. This one is not looking so great. Let's just see how we could do this one. A nice curve one. Let's keep this one tidy and actually have just something in between, some trees. Not that. Clipping way too hard there. There we can have those two trees with some smaller bushes in between that we can then add. Oh, and there's a truck actually going through at the moment. Didn't I just prohibit that? Now it's working. No more trucks and stuff like that. This one's fine. And then we have our big garage that is already being used by quite a lot of people, as we can see here. So these are the people that are working then in the industrial zone on the back. And here on that side, I would like to have some smaller plazas and stuff like that we could squeeze in nicely. We do have this one here, a plaza with picnic tables. I could, yeah, that would actually fit nicely. What else do we have? We do have some bigger parks there as well, I think, like that one. Right, so a large oh, it's a playground. That probably is not so great since we are very close to a street here. You know what, since none of the parks really convinces me, let's actually make a new park area just over there. And there you go in all its glory, a new beautiful smaller park. We just should make sure that there is no entrance here, entrance fee, as we already have seen. Perfect, there you go, to 0 once more. Lots of people already in this park. I think it will grow up and it will level up rather quickly. That's fine though, as we can see, these people are really just using this park to get to the other side there, right? Then close to the roundabout here where they can get over it, or they just go to this side here with the parking entrance or with the industrial zone, then just like that. Perfect, really, another smaller park in this area. There we still have room for a street then, probably another pedestrian street. We'll just see about that later on. So far so good, stay tuned.